you watching the brat. ChesaTheBrat, yeah. Get a subscriber tab. ChesaTheBrat. ChesaTheBrat. Turn around.
Hey y'all. Oh, alright girl. What's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, girl, hurry up. Y'all already know the drill. At this point, we should be here. You should be here with me, okay? I don't even gotta tell y'all why to subscribe. Check the pinned comment of almost every video, babe. Or if not the pinned comment, the comments will tell you. You will literally become a better if you subscribe to me right now. And if you have that experience, if you have personally elevated and personally became a better after subscribing to me, drop it in the comments right now. But before we even talk about anything, y'all, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
Make me sweat, make me harder.
Y'all do not know how long I have been wanting one of these.
I came in this club with you, girl. Don't know why
Don't play with me, and it's because of you guys. So I love you guys so much. Y'all don't even understand. All right, let me stop playing with y'all. So y'all, I already know, like, I always have some excuse on why I've been slacking, but honestly, the reason I've been slacking with story times, which I think I like touched on this before a little bit, I'm trying to be more intentional with my channel. So I'm trying to be more, not strategic necessarily, but I'm trying to be basically with my living situation, y'all knowing that I'm not home yet, and you know, the aesthetic isn't aestheticing like I would want it to personally. So there's certain story times, like specific story times, that I wanted to save for when I had the background that I wanted, but then I realized, like, I have so many more story times, like I'm not even halfway done. So at this point, I'm not gonna make y'all wait forever just because, you know, my life is lifing right now and there's a delay in my living situation. Like, that is not y'all's fault, so I'm not about to make it y'all's fault. I don't want y'all to think that I don't like doing story times no more, that I'm like done doing them, because baby, no. My life be writing itself. Literally, like, I don't want to get too sidetracked or too off track. Somebody will put in the comments when the actual story starts, but if you F with me, if you're my homegirl, you gonna stay the whole time. So I just had a current situation with my lifelong friend of like over 10 years, like over a decade, and turns out they wasn't really a friend, and I am contemplating whether I want to do a story time on the situation or not. Like, I have receipts for days, but I always tell myself that I would never do a story time about somebody that I considered like family or that I had really close and dear to my heart, because I'm just not that type of bitch. Like, I have made story times about people that I really like loved once upon a time, but people that I loved recently, I feel like I just would never want to do a story time about them. But considering the way that this person spoke to me like I'm a bitch off the street that they don't know, I can treat them like a bitch off the street that I don't know and do a story time about them and get a bag off of my trauma from them. Because like, what? I will be doing it. I don't give a. Before we continue, you guys, I do want to thank Scentbird for sponsoring this video. Y'all already know me and Scentbird go together real bad. That is my homegirl. That is my go-to for scents. People are always asking me, Chesa, how do you smell so good? What do you wear? How do you smell so expensive? And the gag is, my perfumes are only one of those things, baby. Good, not expensive. Hold the expensive. The key to smelling good and expensive, for one, is having your hygiene up to par, which means, you know, washing yourself regularly, picking, in my opinion, light and not really scented soaps when it comes to, you know, washing your body and your skin and things like that, and hydrating your skin with another light, natural, unscented lotion, but then pairing it with a nice quality, expensive, yummy smelling perfume such as Scentbird perfumes. Which, if you don't know what Scentbird is, girl, I don't know if you living under a rock or what, but Scentbird is a fragrance subscription where you can pick a designer subscription every month for only $17. You heard me right. You don't have to break the bank and commit to, you know, the full-size bottles of these type of designer perfumes be from $300 to $500, and if you're like me, don't nobody got time for that. Scentbird gives you a 30-day supply so that you don't have to commit to those big bottles. And if we're really telling a secret, that thing be lasting me more than 30 days. But that's just me personally. You don't need a whole lot like for the day to smell good all day. They have a flexible subscription that you can end or skip anytime that you want, so it's not a hassle, and you can literally pick every fragrance every single time, so there's no surprises. Tell me how you can beat that. They come in these little cases which you can pop open at the bottom here. It's literally easy, even for, you know, the long nail girlies. Pops open just like that, and it comes in a little vial just like this. This is the 30-day supply. You cannot tell me that this is not a lot. As you can see right here, there's a little unlock and lock thing. You twist it to unlock it and you can literally spray it just like that. This is the brand Reflect in the scent Good Habit. The notes in this scent include Italian lemon, lotus blossom, black tea, cashmere woods, and aquatic musk. And y'all, this smells literally like a bundle of all of that. Like, I could not even describe to you guys what this smells like. It's not heavy on the floral side, which me personally, I found that I don't like too heavy floral. Like, I don't want to smell like a garden, which that smells good for some people, but for me personally, I don't think it reflects with just my natural scent too well. So I do like to have, you know, notes of floral, you know, vibes in my scents, but I don't like floral to be the note that stands out the most, and this is definitely not one of those scents. This smells so good. The next one that I have right here is called Floorgasm, which has scents of bergamot, coriander, pink pepper, tuberose, and I think it's pronounced ylang. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna put it on the screen because I don't want to butcher it, but y'all, this one smells super good too. This one, you can smell the floral notes more noticeably. I mean, it is called Floorgasm. Like, you can really smell the coriander in this. It just reminds me of like herbs and crystals and flowers and stuff like that. Like, it smells super good. I definitely would not even just use this as a perfume. I would also spray this in like my living room. Like, this just smells so good. Now y'all, this one is my holy grail. This is my new favorite scent. I have been wearing this every single day since I've received this in the mail, so I saved the best for last. This one right here, y'all, even has the cutest little case out of them all. They knew what they were doing with this one. This is the scent Suncrest, and this smells, you will smell like a fruit. Like, you will smell like somebody will literally want to put you on a plate. I am not playing. This has scents of peach, black currant, I think that's how you say it, Sicilian lemon, jasmine, and cedarwood. And y'all, the most noticeable scent in this, or the most noticeable note in this scent, is peach. Like, this literally smells like peach cobbler. This smells like a dessert that you have for Thanksgiving. Like, this just smells so good. I've been wearing it every day and I've been getting compliments. I always test out my Scentbird scents and wear each and every one of them out in public, and I get a compliment on every single one of them. I'm not lying. If I'm lying, I'm dying and I ain't dead. But this one is the best one. Like, I've gotten the most compliments on this one. So if you don't buy any of them, buy Suncrest right now. You also can use my code Kiana to get 55% off. It's only a little bit over $7 for your first month. Available both in the US and in Canada. I definitely encourage you guys to try different scents, not just the scents that I'm telling you guys about. I definitely think you should get Suncrest if not anything, but try out different scents. If you don't like any of the notes that I just told you guys about, go on their website. They have, again, over 600 different scents. You will find one for you, baby. I promise. Thank you again, Scentbird, for sponsoring this video. Y'all know I will be looking for my next perfumes. Alright y'all, so let's get into this story. I really don't even feel like giving y'all any disclaimers for this situation because I feel like at this point we're homegirls. Y'all know me, and if y'all are new, y'all will get to know me because I know that if you watch this story time, you're gonna want to watch more of my story times. So the more story times you watch, the more you'll get to know me and know that I used to be a delusional ass bitch, and I'm still a delusional ass.
First thing I want to say is guilty, guilty, guilty. I've been that.
And I really can't make excuses for myself anymore because it just is what it is. So yeah, this story took place in 2017. A lot of my stories take place back in that era of Chesa because I was a little, you know, more cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or Cocoa, whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying. I was crazy, okay? I was crazy. However,
not too much on me. Thank you.
I remember specifically during this time period, or at least in the beginning, I did not have my car at the time, which if y'all know how old I am, I'm 22 now. So in 2017, I was like 2016 finna go on 2017. So I didn't have my car for a little bit because I'm pretty sure it was because it got totaled. That is when somebody hit me from the back. But yeah, I was like in between. I think it was transitioning between getting that car, getting the new car I was finna get after that car, waiting on the money from insurance. I don't remember. It was either I was waiting to get a new car or I was getting my car fixed. Something, because there was something wrong with my car before I got in that accident that I had to go a little while without my car. I didn't really have my whip and I was in school. I obviously was needing rides, you know what I mean? I wasn't in a relationship at the time. I probably was texting somebody, or you know, a textationship or textuation, but I wasn't in no relationship, so keep that in mind. It was a good probably 2 to 3 weeks that I didn't have my car, and I've never been the type of person who really liked carpooling, and I'm still not, just because, like, you know, the same reason all of us don't like carpooling. If you don't like carpooling, 9 times out of 10 is because you don't want to wait on nobody to take you home. You don't want to have to wait around on nobody to pick you up. Like, you like to be in control of where you at and when you can leave, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like being that friend to be like, can you take me home? I want to go home now. Like, I want to be able to get in my car and go home whenever I want to, and not feel like a burden to somebody having to take me home, having to ask for favors, none of that. So back then I would have rather, you know, ride share rather than ask my friends, because a lot of my friends were nowhere to be found when I needed a ride. But when I got my car, everybody was putting their thumb out asking for a ride, like hitchhiker. So, but that's another story for another time. No, it's not even really a story. My friends were just fake, but that's the real gag. I was one of the only, like, really people that I knew for real that had a car, and the few friends that I did have that had a car weren't really there when I needed them. So instead of having to depend on other people and wait around and feel like a burden, I would just give me a little Uber, order me a little Uber or a little Lyft. There was this specific day, and we're just gonna say, you know, regular little Monday, where I had woken up late. Which, when I had my car and I woke up late for school, like, I'm not gonna hold y'all, I would wait till third period to go into school. Like, I would literally come into school third period with Chick-fil-A breakfast, come in with McDonald's, and that's just what it was. Like, I didn't have my parents really home in the morning to tell me, oh, like, go to school. My mama went to work, my nana went to work, my brother was asleep, or he was, you know, doing whatever he was doing. So I really just was going to school whenever I felt like it, for real. I mean, I was still getting good grades, baby. I woke up at like probably 9 a.m. and school started at like 8:35, so it wasn't super late, because if it was super late, I probably would have deaded it. Like, I wouldn't have went to school unless like there was a incentive at school for me to want to go, which, y'all, learning is an incentive. Go to school so you can learn. But this specific day, I think it was like a day where we were having like a pep rally, and y'all know them days in class where you don't really got to do nothing for real, just like a chill day at school. And I wanted to see my friends, so I went ahead and ordered me an Uber to get to school. When it came, y'all, I kid y'all not, this man was blasting music at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Got one of them niggas when I kill them called the Reverend.
Blasting music, coming up my driveway, or coming up my street, blasting music. Thankfully though, when I get in the car, he turns down this blood curdling music, and he's like, you know, he greets me, the little 1-2 or whatever. And I'm not really paying attention to him, because it's 9 o'clock in the morning, for one. You're driving me to school, so I'm not really looking at you like that. But it was like a younger dude or whatever, and he turned the music down. He basically like started driving me to school, and when we got close to the school, he noticed that there was a Chick-fil-A like close to my school. Like, there was a Chick-fil-A literally walking distance of my school, and he was like, oh, do you mind if I stop? I want to get breakfast or whatever. I ended up, like, I was hungry and I wanted breakfast anyway, so I ended up telling him like, well, if you're gonna end the ride here at Chick-fil-A rather than at the school, so, and like still take me to school, then yeah, you could, like, I'm cool with that. Because y'all know Uber and stuff, they be taxing. Even for that little extra stop, they're gonna tax you. They're gonna charge you extra for being in the car longer. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I'm pretty sure that's happened to me before. So I told him, he's like, oh yeah, I got you, bet. Which, if you think about it, that could have been a dangerous situation. Like, he could have ended it and then like took me
To the airport. Or took me to a bunker.
But as long as I was going to Chick-fil-A and getting my little chicken minis, I didn't care. We're in the drive-thru. I told him, like, let me know how much my food was or whatever. And y'all, why does man pay for my food? I'm like, oop, the pretty privilege is privileging. Like, I wasn't really thinking too much of it. I was just like, oh, maybe he's just nice, and maybe he was really that hungry and he feels bad for like taking me off route. So I will take it. Anything free, baby, is for me, baby. He was cute, but I assumed that since like this was school hours and you're taking me to school at 9 in the morning and you're not at school, that like you're not in my age range. Like, I just assumed that he was like too old for me, so I really wasn't even like trying to, you know, play them type of games. Y'all already know my history. I wasn't trying to have my brother beat nobody up. So I was just like, thank you or whatever for the breakfast, I appreciate it. He took me to the school, he dropped me off. That was it. Like, it was a normal day. I went to school. And I didn't really think about him again. Like, I literally did not think about the Uber driver after that.
Who's the hottest Uber driver you've ever had?
I never went to Uber driver.
Boom, the day ends. I go home on the bus, I get home from school that day, everything's normal, nothing, boom. Fast forward, y'all, about, I would say maybe like 4 days from the day that I took that ride share to school. This is when stuff starts to get a little bit weird. So I get home from school this day and I went through the backyard to get inside my house because back then, y'all, we used to leave like the little back screen door in the backyard because we did have a gated backyard. So like when I went through the backyard, they would just leave it unlocked for me because I would always lose my like front door key and they didn't want to keep going and paying and making me more keys. I don't do that no more. My family don't do that no more. It's cool. However, we used to do that. So I went through the back door and I like went straight to my room or whatever. I was hungry. I used to always order, I don't know if it was DoorDash or Postmates or Uber Eats, I don't know what was used at the time, but I know that I wasn't finna cook nothing and nobody was really home to make me nothing. I wasn't finna eat ramen noodles every day. So and y'all, I was working at the time. I don't know if I mentioned that in the beginning, but I was working, that's when I was working at that little, like an arcade type of place. And y'all have tried to guess where I worked in the comments, and y'all have been wrong every time, only because the place isn't even a business anymore. Like, it's not open anymore. So that's when I worked at that little arcade fun place or whatever. So I had money in, like I was buying myself food, I was spending my money on my nails, like, you know, I was paying for miscellaneous stuff because I didn't have no bills to pay. I ordered me some food, and when it said that it was delivered, like y'all know on DoorDash or wherever you order food off of, it sends you like a little receipt picture and it has a picture of your food. I mean, unless they don't put a picture up, but most of the dashers or the people be posting a picture of your food sitting at your front door or wherever your delivery place is, right? So I get the notification that my food has been delivered, and I see like a picture of the DoorDash, but there's like something else like next to it, but I can't really tell what it is in the picture because, for one, the picture was like blurry, like the person took it real quick, like it looked like they took it on a PSP. But I don't know, like it just, I could tell that there was something else on the ground next to the DoorDash food little bag or whatever. So I'm like, what is that? So I went to the front door and I grabbed it, and it was like a little Kroger bag with some flowers and a little card, which, mind you, I'm thinking this is for my mama because my mama was in a relationship. She had a man, and you know, he used to do little stuff for her like that and stuff. I mean, it was, the delivery wasn't cute. I didn't think that was very flattering to just leave it on the ground in a Kroger bag. But I was like, okay, that's cute or whatever. Like, I'm gonna put it on my mama's bed because this is definitely not for me, because I ain't ever got nobody delivering no flowers to me, for one, and I don't got no man. So who could this be from if it's for me? So I didn't even bother looking at the card or nothing like that. I just went and put it on my mama's bed and went to go eat my food. My mama ends up getting home from work later on, and she ends up coming in my room. Like, she knocks on my door and she's just like,
why you put this on my bed? You didn't want it?
And I'm like, girl, why would I want flowers from your man? Like, if you, I know that they're not the cutest flowers in the world, but why do you not want it? Like, what do you mean? So I'm like, Mom, those are not for me. And she's like,
your name is on the card. Did you even look at the card?
And I'm like, no, I didn't look at the card because I don't have no man. So I didn't think it would be for me, but thank you. And I took the flowers from her or whatever, and she just went to her room because at this point she was tired of the boy drama. I done been cheated on a million times up to this point, so she really didn't care to know who it was from. She did not want to know the tea. Mama was tired from work, so she went to her room. She was done with it or whatever. So I'm like, I'm scratching my head like, who could this be from? Like, what? Who could this be from? I got a secret admirer? Like, let me find out I'm that girl for real. Like, who is this from? Do I have a stalker? Like, what? So I look at the I take the flowers out, I drop them on the floor. I'm not even gonna lie, like I needed to be humbled.
I needed to be humbled.
So I look at the card or whatever, and it says like Chesa, which my name was spelled wrong because I'm delusional. So I used to spell my name wrong on DoorDash and on Uber and stuff like that because I used to be scared that somebody was out to get me and like somebody would find me if they had my real name. And now I don't even put my name, like I put a whole male name for my DoorDash and for my Ubers and stuff like that, because I be feeling like if a serial killer is trying to find somebody on DoorDash, they're gonna, or like on something, they're gonna accept the order that sounds like a female name. That's just what I be thinking of, like somebody's gonna try to prey on me. So I be putting like Robert, which that's not the name I use, but I be putting a whole man, old 50-year-old man name, Bertram, shit like that, because you're not about to get me. And I be putting no contact delivery. Don't play with me. So I look at the card and it says like Chesla, which I didn't even like put two and two together yet. I'm just like reading the card and it's like,
I should have asked for your number that day, so here's mine.
And it had a phone number and it had an Instagram handle, and I still did not know who this was. It didn't have a signed name, none of that. So I'm like, who is this? So I type in the Instagram handle and go on my phone and I'm looking at who it is, and it's old boy. Oh, I didn't even name him yet. We're gonna name him Montana, because he was trying to live the best of both worlds. He was living a double life. So we're gonna name him Montana. I go on his Instagram and I see it's Montana, and y'all, I can hear the comments right now. I can hear y'all already like, girl, it was a red flag that he remembered where you lived and pulled back up. That's creepy. That's weird. I agree with you. But when I went on that man's Instagram, all I was doing is, the more I scrolled, the more I was like,
He looked good.
so what do? I type in that number.
What can I say? What can I say? What can I say?
Y'all are gonna gag me in the comments, I already know. So I text him and I'm like, thank you for the flowers, or I say like, the flowers cute, or something like that. Why this man say,
Who's this?
who's this? So I said something like, damn, how many of your Uber clients or Uber riders you just be popping up on? And he was like, girl, instantly he was like,
Girl, I'm just playing, laughing emoji, lock me in.
here's my contact photo. He sends me a contact photo, and I don't know if he was joking with me for real, or if he really just has done this with multiple girls. I don't know, and I'm just going to be delusional still and pretend that he was just joking.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
He was like,
I hope I didn't make you uncomfortable. I really just thought you were beautiful, and it was the morning, and you were acting real stiff. So I was nervous to ask for your number. I was going to after buying you breakfast, but I just got nervous. And the only reason I remembered where you stayed is because my grandma used to live in this subdivision.
and nigga, you're capping, but I'm gonna let it rock and slide just this one time because you look good.
I'm gonna let it slide because you fine.
What he tells me, I asked him how old he is or whatever, which he should have asked me that first, because baby, you taking me to high school. How you know I'm not like, how old is the youngest you can be in high school? Like 13? How you know I'm not like 13? Come on now. So I asked him how old he is. He's like, oh, I just turned 18. I graduated from insert school in my district. It wasn't my high school, but another high school in my district. So he's like, I used to live over here. I graduated just last year. I'm 18. Like, how old are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm 16. I'm finna be 17. So me being finna be 17 and him just turning 18, that's not a big age gap in my opinion. I did not care. I was like, oh baby, that's fine. He has a job, I have a job. He has a car, I have a car. Not right now really, but I'm finna have a car. And he has gentleman-like tendency. He's giving me flowers. Like, y'all, eating up the bare minimum, literally just eating it up, scooping it with a big ass spoon and swallowing, not even chewing it. The shit is foo-foo at this point.
The flavors are melting on my tongue.
I did ask him what his intentions were. I used to do that a lot. I used to be like,
What are your intentions?
head ass, like, girl, you are 16 years old. His intentions are probably trying to get that cat,
Trying to get that booty.
which he was not going to get that. So I wanted to ask him, what are your intentions? Like, I'm not looking for something like, you know, physical, like I'm not trying to be on no booty call time, basically. And he's like, nah, like, you beautiful. I wouldn't be giving you no flowers if that's what I was on, babe. Do I look like I was born yesterday to you? Because I was.
This really hits the spot.
So I'm eating it up. He's like, oh, I really am looking for someone to have a real connection with. And yeah, like, just, you know, I just want to vibe with you and see where things can go. So I'm like, okay, bagged instantly.
All right, so my name's Kayla.
That don't matter. That don't matter. Come sign this, baby girl.
Oh, okay.
You genuinely already did it.
All right, thank you.
So I'm not gonna bore y'all with the details of like the beginning of us talking or whatever. Like, we're talking and, you know, we're texting every day, we're getting on the phone and stuff like that. And he started to say like, oh, I know that you get in your car soon, because I ended up telling him about my car situation. He's like, but I can take you to school every day until you get your car. And he's like, so you don't got to worry about riding the cheese bus or nothing like that. And he's like, I can take you. I be doing Uber in the morning, so I can take you and then do my Ubers or whatever. So I was like, okay, like, that's sweet, that's cute or whatever. So he was doing that for a while. We were talking for a while, and it ended up getting to the point where even when I got my car, like, back when it was fixed, or when I got the new car or whatever, he was still taking me to school. He was still picking me up from school. Like, I was a passenger princess in somebody else's car. We would do stuff. Sometimes I would drive him drive with him in my car, and he would drive me. Like, we started dating pretty much. to the point where he ended up telling me like, hey, like I just want to make it exclusive. Like this man thought we were on Love Island. Like he said exclusive, but he didn't make me his girlfriend. Like, boy math, like you're not my girlfriend, but we're exclusive. You're not gonna talk to nobody, I'm not gonna talk to nobody. But he didn't ask me to be his girlfriend, you know what I mean? And I didn't ask him like, so you mean like I'm your girlfriend, and him say no or anything like that. But it was given like he was trying to loophole not asking me to be his girlfriend, but still make sure I'm not talking to no other niggas, basically. So I was like asking him like, so you're gonna cut off your hoes, is that what you're saying? And he's like, oh, I'm already not talking to nobody else, but I'm telling you that I'm not going to, basically, and like I would want you to do the same. And I was like, okay, baby, yeah, it ain't nothing. Because the gag was, I really wasn't talking to nobody either. Like I already wasn't talking to nobody. I don't juggle. I've never been the type to juggle multiple people and get to know multiple people at once, which I'm pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do, and that probably be my demise, and that probably be my problem. But I don't do that. Like it's too mind-boggling for me. I'll probably call Patrick Joseph and call Joseph Larry. Like I can't do that. Like my brain cannot multitask multiple people, multiple personalities, multiple informations. I'll probably tell you happy birthday on the other nigga birthday. Like I am not built for that. So I was like, okay, like I kept it P. I was like, okay, like, you know, I'll have to, you know, let go of my roster or whatever, stop eating my pasta and lobster.
But there was no roster. So
fast forward some more, and he starts asking me like, oh, on the weekends in the morning you want to like come with me on my Ubers or whatever. And I was like, sure. I didn't have nothing to do. I didn't always have something to do. Sometimes I would work morning shifts, but majority on the weekends I would do like the afternoon shift or like the closing shift or whatever. It would just vary on my, like it would vary and depend on my schedule basically. But I ended up starting to ride with him. I did not do a thumbnail. So I knew that when the week that he asked me, I couldn't go that weekend, but the next weekend I ended up going with him. And y'all, it was super awkward. Like I don't know if y'all have ever accompanied somebody while they was on DoorDash, like doing DoorDash or like Instacarting. That's fun because it's just y'all. But like riding in on somebody, I don't know if, like, there was one time that I've been the passenger, not the passenger, in the back seat of an Uber, and like they had their friend, and it was so awkward. Like I put my headphones in and I was just quiet. Like that's so awkward to me. And it was even more awkward being like part of the Uber driver, you know what I mean? Like I don't even know if I'm making sense, but it was awkward. The passenger or the people that we were picking up were super quiet, wasn't really talking, which I didn't want them to talk because I don't be talking when I'm in ride shares. I be putting my headphones in so that they don't talk to me. But I didn't really want to talk to Montana for real because it just felt weird. It felt like we had an audience. Like it felt like somebody was just sitting in on our conversation. So we would just listen to music and vibing for real. And he would give me food. Like he would stop and get me food in between rides, or like give me a smoothie, give me a drink, stuff like that. So I wasn't really tripping, and that's what made it like worth it and want me to want to like go, you know. And you know, when you like somebody, you want to live in their skin for real. So I was just happy to be a passenger princess and go with him on his errands and his little work or whatever. Y'all know how Uber drivers, Lyft riders, they have their little phones on the mounts that have like the display of the little directions or whatever, right? They have the phone right there where you can see it. And Montana always kept his phone on D&D because, I mean, I didn't think nothing of it, just because like there's somebody in the back seat that can see your whole phone, and I'm sure they're looking, because I will be looking at the Uber driver's phones to see if we're going the right direction, looking at their directions compared to my directions on my phone. So I know that people be doing that. So I just like clocked it as him not really wanting people in his business to see who's texting and calling him, you know, just not wanting notifications to be coming up and covering the directions and stuff. So I didn't think nothing of it. Now we ended up going to, I think it was like Bojangles or something in between, or it might have been either before starting the rides that morning or in between the rides. We was at the Bojangle drive-thru or whatever, and he was in the window like ordering and stuff like that, and his phone kept lighting up. Like I don't know if this is like what it does now when your phone's on D&D, because I'm not a D&D girly. Most of the time my phone don't be on D&D. I just be ignoring. Like I should be a D&D girl, because I be declining the call instantly, like my phone is on D&D. But it would pop up, like say my phone's on D&D right now and I get a notification, it would pop up, like it would light up, but no notifications will pop up because my notifications are silenced basically, right? I don't know if that was I don't know if it was iOS, what, like probably 9 or 10, 11, 12 or one of those iOS's back then, but it definitely was doing that. Like his phone was locked because we wasn't doing a ride. Like every 5 seconds it was like nothing there, then it would lock, and then it just kept doing that. So I waited till he was in the window, like about to grab the food or paying or whatever he was doing, where he wasn't paying attention to me. And I don't know if y'all knew this, but I mean, even now it looks different. Like the control center looks different than the old iOS used to. I'm pretty sure with his phone I swiped up to get the control center instead of swiping down, but I swiped up on his control center and I turned that D&D off. Just like, okay, look, if I got my do not disturb on right now, this is T for the girlies who are crazy and you want to look at your man's phone notifications and his phone's on D&D. I'm not telling you to do this, I'm telling you not to do this, right? My phone's on D&D right now. It's locked. You don't have to know my password to swipe and turn off my D&D. And if I had notifications, they would all pop up, right? So I did that, and I only had a few seconds. Like, I didn't want to leave it on. I didn't want him to notice that I was doing that. So I turned it off real quick, and I was squinting. I was probably this far from that thing, squinting, and I have an astigmatism on both of my eyes. So it was a struggle, but I only had a few seconds. So I was looking, and I saw Bree with a tongue emoji, and I saw Brit with like a heart or something like that, right? 2 FaceTime missed calls from Bree with the tongue, and like 3 to 5 messages from Brit with a like heart, and it was like one of those heart and keys, right? This is where y'all probably thought when he handed me my food I threw it in his face. I turned that do not disturb back on. Them notifications disappeared. I sat back in my chair. I waited for my food. He gave me my food. I started eating my food, and he did notice like an energy switch and change in me, because I cannot poker face. I mean, I can if I really need to, if I really want to, but I didn't really want to. I didn't really care. I just wasn't finna argue with this man, because I had to keep remembering,
That's not your nigga. That's not your nigga.
but like technically you are, because you told me you want to be, like, you went out of your way to tell me you want to be exclusive. But anyways, we're gonna get to that. That's not even the worst part. That's not even the gag. I turned his phone back off the little, you know, thing, put it back to normal. He didn't notice nothing. He turns back and he's like, "You good, babe?" Like, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good, babe. I'm good." I'm eating my food. We start the rides, and y'all would have been like, "Why didn't you tell him to take you home?" Girl, like I said, he be getting me food. He be getting me breakfast. He be getting me lunch. If we're doing it the whole day, he's getting me breakfast, lunch, and din, babe. We're going, you know, and sometimes it will be nice dinners. So I wasn't finna, you know, miss out on free food, but I was planning on, once he dropped me off at home, I was finna ghost him. That was finna be it. He drops me off. He's like, "I hope you feel better." He just like assumed that I was just moody or like not feeling the best or whatever. And I'm looking at him like, yeah, for sure, yeah. And he's like, call me before you go to sleep. I'm like, for sure, you're gonna get a call, but it's not gonna be for me. So this is where you think I leave it alone. But y'all have to remember that I'm not fully sane in the head, and I wasn't back then either. So I go on this man's Instagram, and this is me. Y'all really thought I was finna just gracefully exit stage left, just gracefully just ghost him and, you know, not cause a ruckus. I went on his IG. That was me going through his followers, going through his likes, going through his tagged photos, whatever I had to do. I was gonna find at least, if not Bree, I was gonna find Brit, and if not Brit, I was gonna find Bree. Baby, I'm going to find one of these, and I'm gonna figure out who they are, because I don't think your sister, your cousin, your mama has a tongue emoji or a key with a lock and a heart. No. So of course, FBI agent Chesa finds, we're gonna say Bree. I think it was the one with the tongue that I found in his likes, so I instantly knew. There was only one Bree that he was following, that was following him back, and she was in his likes, so I just assumed that had to be Bree. I just was gonna cross my fingers and let God, right? So I go and I DM her or whatever, and I said something like, "Who is this?" Which I don't know why I didn't say,
"Hey boo, I know you don't know me, but..."
I should have hit her with the coming to her as a woman, but I was just like, "Who is this?" And she's like,
"How you gonna DM me and ask me who's this?"
Which, that was the first time she gagged me. And I'm just like, she's like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I'm the girl that Montana be with every day." Cause I just knew, y'all. I just, like, she was in all of this man's likes, and I'm pretty sure I found a comment from her or whatever. So me being Delulu, and yes, I get it, we don't fight with the girls, we blame the dude, I get it. So I'm like, I'm the girl that Montana be with every day. And y'all, why did this girl say
Montana might be with you every day, but he with his family every night?
Who are you?
I'm Pam. Who are you?
I'm the owner of this house.
his family, right? Like his mom, like he be with his mom, his dad, his sister, like that's the family you talking about, right? He be with his family, like his fam bam, like his familia, like his real family, right? She proceeds to flood the thread with photos of not just her and Montana caked up, kissing, Christmas tree. There's a photo with her, Montana, and a little girl. It might as well have been at Disney. It was a family photo. So I'm like, being 18 with kids is crazy, which I'm not judging nobody who's 18 with kids now. I just was like popping my stuff because she just gagged me literally. So I'm like, 18 with kids is crazy, or a family with kids, or what? 18 with a family is crazy. And she was like
18.
Gagged again. She's like,
how old even are you? Like, you look like a little ass girl. Stay in a little girl's place. How old are you? I'm not gonna argue with a little ass girl. You look like you're still in high school.
And at this point I'm like, okay, I get it. He's your man, he's my man, he's more your man than mine. But like, don't do too much with the age thing because he's 18. Like, he just left high school for real. Like, stop. So I said something like that and she's like,
girl, that's what he told you.
She then proceeds to send me another photo. I guess she just thought I was a visual learner. She sent me a photo from Google and I'm gonna insert the same picture. I mean, it's not the same picture, I found the same thing, but I'm gonna insert what she sent me. Y'all, you couldn't even drive for Uber at 18. You had to be 21. She's like,
your little ass didn't even know the age requirement for Uber. That's how you know you a little ass girl. I'm not gonna argue with no little ass girl. Montana is not 18. Montana is 21. Finna be 22. That's my baby daddy. We still together. I don't know why he messing with you. How old are you?
like, she's spazzing, which rightfully so. To be honest, in Georgia there's a Romeo and Juliet law. Like, there's like, age of consent is 16, which we didn't do anything with each other anyways. Like, we didn't do anything physical. So it wasn't technically like illegal, but it's just the principle of like, why did you lie to me about your age? You told me you were freshly 18. You're 21 finna be 22. I'm 16 finna be 17.
I don't stand for that shit. You need to go to hell today. You need to go to jail today.
You don't got no business with your little fast ass.
Like, she's just gagging me all the way together. So I go to write, you know, my little famous paragraph. When I go to send it, of course, y'all can already guess, like every other story time, when I go to write the paragraph, I'm blocked, right? He blocked me on Instagram, he blocked me on iMessage. I guess he got a phone call from his baby mama or his girl. I'm guessing she called him right away when I, you know, slid out of her DM because he blocked me off of everything, so he had to have known. So what did I do? I waited till the next morning and I ordered an Uber. I didn't order just one Uber, y'all. I probably ordered 3 Ubers. And every time like the Uber driver popped up and accepted the ride and it wasn't him, I canceled the ride and reordered another 2.
Y'all be weak in the knees. Stand up. Stand up.
Which, as y'all know, if there's a driver already on the way to you, I'm pretty sure you have to pay again. I'm pretty sure I was paying for multiple Ubers until it was him. But at the 3rd one, I was just like, I either went broke or I was just like, okay, I can't do this no more. Like, I was really finna like let him hear me because like, I just felt like that was so trifling. Like, how you gonna go out of your way to tell me that you want to be exclusive with me, basically making me your girl, spending all this time with me? You went out of your way to pursue me, came to my house like a creeper, and you got a whole baby. Like, it was like a 11-month-old. It didn't even look like a 1-year-old child, but like, still, you got a family at home. You got a mouse to feed at home. Why are you feeding me and riding around with me doing Uber? Ride with your. I gave up on the Uber thing. I ended up making like a burner Instagram account and spamming him, like blowing him up, telling him about himself basically. And y'all, he gagged me too. He opened it and blocked the burner page. Like, there was nothing else. Like, I seen him no more. And delusionally enough, we didn't really hang out at my crib or at his crib. We were like I said, we would do stuff, and like we spent like the whole day together doing the Uber thing and stuff like that, kicking it. So I didn't know where he lived, and I'm not gonna say that if I knew where he lived I would have pulled up and like, you know, been on no rah-rah, but probably. So I'm glad I didn't know where he lived, and I never seen him again. I never came across his social media, nothing like that. I just find it so weird. Like, y'all, at this point, and especially 2023, y'all need to start age checking. Even if you're the younger one, y'all need to start age checking these people. Cause no, and it wasn't even like, the worst part wasn't even his age, which to me it is, because 16 and 21 is crazy. 16 and 21 is crazy. 16 and 18 is pushing it. But it's like, you had a whole family. Like, why are you in a whole relationship trying to be in a relationship with me? Like, I don't see how he made time for his daughter and his baby mother, his girlfriend, because he was with me literally like every day. I mean, really, it was the morning and stuff. Like, I guess I was the 9 to 5 and she was the weekend. But no, because she made it seem like he was like really there, like that was her man for real. So maybe I was the weekend, I don't know, but he ain't. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of this story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Comment other videos you guys want to comment other videos that you guys want to see from me. Turn on the post notification bell so you never miss when I post a video. Follow me on all my social medias that are in the link tree in the description box below, except for Instagram. I do not have an Instagram right now. Y'all keep asking me that. That means y'all don't watch the end of these videos, but I will be making an Instagram eventually. And definitely, y'all, tune into my vlogs. If y'all love me, why are y'all not tuning into my vlogs? Why do my story times have thousands and thousands and thousands of views and my freaking vlogs have not even a fraction of that? Which I am appreciative for the people who do watch and tune in and love my vlogs, but it's like, y'all don't want to know more about me. Y'all don't want to see what I be doing out here, which I don't really be doing much. I'm finna start, you know, hanging out with my friends and doing more and being more lit for y'all. But like, dang, y'all don't want to see what I be up to. Y'all don't really care. Y'all don't want to see me paint pumpkins and stuff. Like, what? Okay, you're fake. I also want to thank Scentbird again for sponsoring this video and sending me the smell goods. Again, if you guys want to go get the same scents or any scents from their website, again, 600 plus scents on there, you guys can use my code Kiana for 55% off. It's a little bit over $7 for your first month. Available in Canada and in the US. If y'all want another story time, if y'all want that fake friend story time, that recent, like a couple of days ago, well, I mean, the receipts are from hella, like, I have receipts on receipts on receipts. Not that I was like storing receipts. Like, I know people, hold on, people be weird and be like hoarding or like collecting evidence of their friend, or like, I'm not even, I wasn't doing that. I just have receipts from our messages, because I have our messages and the receipts are in the messages. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I was just like, oh, this is going to be in a story time one day. Like, I really did not plan for us to ever stop being friends, to be honest. But I didn't expect them to talk to me like a piece of, or like a bitch off the street. So, and y'all know when you in a, I'm going to get into it more in the video, but like, you know, when you love somebody, whether it's platonic, romantic, whatever, when you have love for somebody, you tend to look over things that you shouldn't. And you know that I have a big tendency to do that. So it's not that I had no type of undercover pressure or nothing like that. It's just like, I've been knowing for a long time, this is probably not a friend that I should keep. And they decided to show their ass. So if y'all want that story time, go to my TikTok, which is ChesaKiana. And if you type in Chesa, it should be the only one that comes up anyways. Go to ChesaKiana and spam like my most recent TikToks, like my most 10 recent TikToks. You don't gotta do all of them. If you do all of them, then I'll probably follow you back on TikTok. And my DMs beyond for people I follow back. So yeah, but yeah, if y'all want my, what's the name, if y'all want that story time, when y'all done watching this video, go to my TikTok, follow me, and spam like my most recent 10, please. I just want my engagement to be a little better on TikTok, so I can do more content on TikTok, and I can use my TikTok to promote my YouTube. Thank you very much, and good night. Thank you again, Scentbird. I love you guys so much. Bye.
ChesaTheBrat.